Hi everyone, my name is Adejoke Ogunlewe. I am a lawyer and a business consultant extraordinary. I'm a strategist. I am your favorite startup cheerleader. I'm your favorite business cheerleader. So this is the third video in the Future Mapping Challenge series. To get a clearer view of what we'll be talking about today, you have to watch the first two videos and take actions on the to-dos. So today we'll be talking about the making the most of unanticipated opportunities and looking at it through the theory of emergent and deliberate strategies. So before I go further, I'll just quickly touch on what a deliberate strategy and what an emergent strategy is. Simply put, a deliberate strategy is a well thought out plan, action plan for your business, your organization, your startup on how you're going to be executing the action to take, the key stakeholders, and of course the business plan and so many other factors that goes into it, and of course your end product. But an emergent strategy is a strategy that comes as a result of cocktails of problems, challenges, and then of course that leads to opportunity. A strategy that emerges over time as intention collides with and of course accommodates the changing realities as we are currently experiencing now with the COVID-19 issue, which is one of the major reasons why this future mapping challenge is very contemporaneous and is like word in season, is a deliberate strategy. And I'll give you an example. A lot of car companies all of a sudden overnight, because of the need for ventilators and for some hospital equipment that are very in need, in use and in demand, turned around their factories to begin to produce those hospital equipment. Even in Nigeria here, from the place where I'm shooting this video and broadcasting it to you, a very major car company made an offer to the government to begin to produce homegrown ventilators to be able to satisfy the demand that is currently in the market because of the COVID-19 pandemic. That is how a deliberate strategy can emerge into can turn into an emergent strategy as a result of the problems and challenges and of course a need. So how does one arrive at an unanticipated opportunity? It is when a deliberate strategy fails or is shaking or it's not turning out to be. And I'll give you another example. At the beginning of the year, we all had plans. I said that in the previous videos. Organizations had plans, countries had plans. The stock market was at an all-time high as of December, January. In America, for example, as of February 2020, which was just about a month ago, the president was tweeting about how the jobs were, there was a deficit in unemployment, and of course the stocks and equity of major companies were at an all-time high. There were a lot of foremost financial magazines that were bringing out posts, bringing out content and information about how the stock market was doing, and they even touted the five tech companies, which is Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, and then the two other ones as all the five bulls that were running the market and all those things. But all of a sudden, here we are faced with COVID-19 pandemic, which is forcing everybody to look at the current deliberate strategies they have and how they can turn those strategies around in light of the challenges and of course the unanticipated opportunities that will come with it. So that is why on this third day we're examining how one can begin to form an emergent strategy when the deliberate strategy of course fails as a result of many factors outside the individual's control, many factors outside your control of your company, your organization, your plans and other things. So what does one do to make this work? Strategy may stem from two different angles. It may stem from anticipated opportunities that I explained earlier, and of course unanticipated opportunities that I've explained earlier. But one thing we must all keep in mind, and one thing this pandemic is teaching all of us, is that strategy is not static. Strategy keeps evolving and it keeps moving. So as an individual in a startup, as a professional in an organization, as someone who is managing investors' funds, in whatever profession you are, in whatever career you've chosen, or most importantly, the people who my target audience are startup founders and business owners, how are you turning this around? How are your deliberate strategies going to give way to emergent strategies that will eventually become the winning strategies? I quite agree that strategy, in the process of changing from one strategy that was already pre-planned, is very challenging. The process is unruly. I kid you not. I know this because I have worked with quite a number of people in this space, and I know what it is when you have a plan all thought out, everything looks like it's going well, and all of a sudden there is something like this pandemic in the market. Quite a number of the people that I work with, we've been going back and forth now on what we can do. We are recharting the courses of the line of actions that we previously had before. Some people are having to diversify and completely overhaul their business model because it has become really essential to go with the flow, and this pandemic is pretty much dictating how businesses are going to be running. It's changing the order of the day. In the future, or maybe by tomorrow or the next series, I'll be sharing the tips that you need to be able to stand the test of this COVID-19 pandemic, and of course every other challenges as we know it. You're going to be needing a lot of resilience and reform, a lot of empathy will need to be deployed, and of course you're going to be needing to find a way to balance resources, especially where your deliberate strategy, what you've always been known for, what you set out to do, is tussling with unanticipated opportunities and looking to give way into things that are uncharted terrain and causes for you. I understand how this process may be, and that is why I'm doing this challenge and then of course this video series. There's a PowerPoint slide that I've prepared, put together information for the people in the group. There's a Facebook group, and of course there's a WhatsApp group. If you're interested in joining, I'll put the link in the explanation for the video. And of course also you can also follow me at Naomi Naomi the Greatest on Instagram, at Adejoke Naomi Oglewe on LinkedIn, and of course Adejoke Naomi Oglewe on Facebook as well. So there you have it. The essence of today's video is very easy. It's not to push anyone towards naive positivity and tell people to ignore what is currently happening in the world. This pandemic is real, and the best way we can figure it out and come out tops is to be realistic and begin to make plans together with people, like-minded people, collaborate, sit down and think deeply. The best way to survive tomorrow is to start figuring out what you're going to do tomorrow today. So sit down and analyze your current business model, your current business plans, your projections, and then figure out what is not going to work in light of the pandemic. And then you can begin to now see unanticipated opportunities as a result of this. I gave an example earlier of car making companies, of factories that were producing entirely different things now going into the production of ventilators. There's a company, I don't quite remember the name now, but I could put it in the comment section once I remember, or once I'm able to get hold of it. A company in the US that was producing vacuum cleaners and cleaning agents, and they diversified and they cut a huge check, and they even planning to donate some of their proceeds to countries outside the United Kingdom. They got an order, about 40,000 or 50,000 orders to produce ventilators. Who would have thought at the beginning of this year or towards the end of last year, 2019, that ventilators was going to be in demand and supply? That even first world countries do not even have sufficient ones. The governor in New York was saying, you know what, I need 40,000 or 30,000, and here you are sending me 400 or 700. So for some people, they are losing. Some people are even losing their life, and God rest their soul. Some people are losing businesses. Some cloth making companies, garment making companies, they are going fresh into making primary protective equipment and making masks. That is how deliberate strategies can emerge and get turned around due to realities and form and become an emergent strategy that would eventually take root and then may eventually become a winning strategy. You never can tell where the roads are going to take you in this pandemic, but you, my friend, you have to plan. As a startup founder, as a small business owner, you need to start planning. You need a survival kit that I'm going to be sharing in the next few in the next few videos that will come in this series. It's important to plan now, and the future favors the bold. I believe in you. I am supporting you. I remain yours in synergy and everything great. My name is Adejoke Naomi Ogunlewe, and please follow me, subscribe to this video, follow at Naomi the Greatest on Instagram and Twitter, and on LinkedIn and Facebook at Adejoke Naomi Ogunlewe. I look forward to reading from you, and I'm looking forward to seeing the winning strategies that are going to come out of this pandemic and how you're going to turn your business, your organization, and your enterprise around. Take care and stay blessed.